1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 You won't, love? Yeah.
Door shut, yeah?
See what you're saying, mate. 10 minutes to go. Trouble is that. Hiya Chris, everyone else, I hope you're going to enjoy this tonight. I'll be starting shortly, I'm just getting a few last things checked out. Sorry for everybody with the old link and hope this all works okay. Okay, I've got one or two things to do now, so I'll just put you back to the picture of the FCD box. But hey, your setup, Chris, with the TV looks fantastic. Okay, hope you enjoy it, mate. Hi everyone, I hope you can hear me okay. Could you give me a thumbs up in the chat room if you can hear me? That's the main thing, I'm just testing that now. And if you can see me okay. I know it's a little bit dark in here, but I'm going to put another light on in a minute. Okay, if you could just let me know if you can hear me okay and if you can see me okay, that'd be great. Thank you. Right, okay, hi everyone. I just hope everybody's been able to get over from the old link to this one. A little bit worried really because it was such a late thing in the day that I actually lost the link on YouTube, so I've had to go with a new one, but try to get as many people to this one. I'm sure they'll find out somehow how to get to it. I have left a message on the website for that as well. So I know everybody's dying to get on with the box side of things, and that's the main reason why we're doing this tonight. I just want to explain very basically, because most of the information now is on the website, about what the FCD box is and what it does, for people that many of you will already know. I know friends that are on Facebook. I've been telling them about it for quite a few months now. But some of you indeed, like Chris, yourself there, are actually building their own version of it now, which is fantastic. But what I want to explain to you is this, as some of you will know, is not just me copying an old idea, although it seems like that. The idea came to me back last March, it would have been March, April, when I started getting channeled information through to me during the night. I was asleep at the time, but I remember it coming through. And it was around the time when I was finishing writing my Tesla book all about the UFO ether portals. And what I started to receive through this channeling was actual information on how to build a communication device. And it was almost like I've been told, well, you already know the basics of it, the electronics that were behind it and that. And people like Tesla and Marconi and some of the great pioneers of radionics and radios and sending messages through the ether, basically, were already working on these kinds of devices, with crystal radios and that type of thing. But what they were saying was there is an element that is missing from all of this, which the ancients knew about. And this is the information they were trying to give to me, was that to heighten the frequency of the radio waves that we all use every day, the natural band FM and AM are using quite terrestrial waves. It is possible, and I know people that deal with scanners like you, Christian, I know you've mentioned this before, deal with frequencies outside the normal wave bands. And you get the overseas sort of shipping radios, that type of thing, that can actually go to a broader band, so to speak, of our normal frequencies. There are frequencies, obviously, we'd be naive not to think there were, that are way out of the range that we deal with every day, and our electronic devices are at this time picking up. And that is where the idea of this fifth element came into it. Now, to show you this, I'm not going to actually use the box that we're going to use tonight. I'm just going to show you quickly on the little portable plastic Tupperware type device here that I did make, okay, recently, just for people to have a go at making this device. And this basically, with this I can explain to you what this fifth element extra part of it is. You'll see on the front of it, this is basically what they call a ghost box, or a broken radio. It's called that because what it does, the digital radio that is within this unit scans through our normal, everyday FM and AM wave bands and uses the frequencies within them on the crystal tuner in the radio to pick up information that we're broadcasting all the time. Now, to change that, what I've used and what was sent to me, which is explain how it works within the ancient symbol of the swastika stone. And that was showing us on there that we send our terrestrial radio waves through the atmosphere of this planet, through what I call the ether of this planet, through the normal four elements that we know about: fire, earth, air and water, the normal things that make up our reality, the normal elements. But there is this hidden, that's been hidden ever since time, and there's even a film made about it, the fifth element. Nobody really knows what this fifth element is, but because we know the four elements are closely connected with our terrestrial world, it stands to reason that whatever this fifth element is connects our terrestrial world with that of another realm, another dimension, or another reality. But we can harness that frequency of this other reality and bring it in to our own electronic devices. And that's what we've done here. And it's so simple. Basically, you need something that you can give intention to. It can be a lot of different things, but what I found is the best thing, because it was there on the swastika stone, is the quartz crystal. And we know crystal keeps information within it. It works almost like a timer. If it's bound with copper, it becomes almost like an inductor, and it actually holds the frequency at this higher level within the radio. You might want to look at it as if it's actually, to try and simplify this, because I'm no radio expert, believe you me, but it's sort of, in a way, expands the capacity of the radio to actually tune into higher frequencies and bring those signals down into the radio. And that's what we are going to be attempting to do tonight. Okay, so there's the radio, there's the crystal on it. I'm just looking at this picture on the screen because it's got a little delay here really. And I'm hoping that you'll see that there eventually, that is there, and it actually goes into the device that's inside here. You see all the wires and things. Well, they're exactly the same. The principle, the actual electronics that's in this unit, this plastic unit, is a cheaper version of the one that I'm actually using in the box, but works in exactly the same way. Okay. So I hope that sort of explains in a way what this FCD, the Philfot communication device, is. It's something that I think that people like, I mean, one of the pioneers of the ghost box, which I didn't know a thing about till this channel information came through. I've looked back on the internet, on YouTube and places, and you can see that there were people already within the ghost hunting fraternity that are actually using these broken radio boxes to sweep the frequency bands to bring through snippets of information that they believe spirits and people that have passed over, their energies can manipulate the words on those frequencies and bring through messages. It's almost like a type of divination using an electronic device. You're picking up information with that has been given over to the frequency with intent from its source, and then it's up to you to interpret it in the way that you want to. So I'm pretty sure tonight, even though we'll all hear the same types of messages coming through, and basically I've built this to contact ETs, humanoid ETs, and beings of a high light vibration, the same types that the Space Brothers were trying to contact in the 1950s and 60s, to bring through this information to us, why UFOs are here, what the purpose is, and are we near to disclosure? We surely must be by now. What would be the next step? Is it using devices like this, or is it going to be much more open? But this is just one step further. One thing I want to clarify, because I've got the skeptics out there that are saying to me, look Nigel, for years, well let's say 25 years now, a quarter of a century, you've been proclaiming that you actually channel an individual celestial being called Charlotte. Why would you want to suddenly build a machine to try and bring through information if you can readily just do that yourself? Well, this isn't about me, this FCD, it never was. I've always been asking really a frustrated question, and that's how can other people channel? Now, I've learned down the years that it's not a simple thing. It depends on lots of factors, certainly factors in my own life from my early childhood to growing up, why I was able to channel in that way. 99% of it is to do with me. 99% of it's to do with me, and I'd say the odd percent is to do with those out there influencing me to be able to do it. Now, or it could be the other way around, I'm not sure. But what I do want to try and get over is that I do channel and I don't need this device really, but it's always great to build these things, personalise them and use them, because like anything, you know, it's a bit like people that some people might go all their lives that have never driven a car but are very, very interested in cars. That doesn't really take away from the fact that they still can't drive the car. They're still very interested. So it's a bit like that with the box for me. I'm really interested for other people to be able to receive information that's not normally known to them, and that is a form of channeling. It's just being done in a different way. Okay, I'm just watching the time because I do want to give us at least a good hour session here live. I'll just explain to you now, you know, you can find more and more things out as we go along. It's very early days. People will know that have been watching this that I am going to answer some of your questions on the, I'm on my own tonight, which is difficult, so I'm going to answer some of the questions that are coming up on the live chat, but I hope you'll bear with me because I'm trying to do the two things at once. What we'll do is I'll just break off for a second and we'll have a look at some of these, then we'll go back to explaining what this is about. So I'm just going to scroll back, have a look at what we've got. Christian Lingham's in tonight, that's fantastic, Christian. Johnny Calamare, my mate Johnny. Armand Adams, that's nice that Armand's joined us as well. Mel B, is that the Spice Girls, Mel B? Who knows? No, but Mel, thank you for coming along and having a look at this. I'm going to look at all your questions now and the comments you're making. Armand Adams has asked me, how long did it take to build it? Okay, to build the device. Well, this the website shows, I first started this off with this idea. I knew nothing at all back in March, April about any of these devices, although they have been being built. I think around the year sort of 1999, 2000, people within the ghost hunting community were starting to build these types of ghost box broken radios. The pioneer of that, a guy called Frank Sumption, the Frank's box they were called. He's no longer with us sadly, but people don't know this, but when he built his box, his intention was to build it, and you can check this on YouTube on some of the videos that are on there. I didn't know it at the time. When he built his box, he just lost his son, so obviously he wanted to try and find a way. I think it was a radio ham or something like that, but he wanted to try and find a way to communicate with the spirit of his son. But what he said he found coming through all the time, which is what I'm really interested in, were voices from extraterrestrials. They give him information about which planet they came from and something to do with him being sort of a purple colour or something like that. But all these things came through and they weren't from the spirit world, they were from, he said, extraterrestrial beings. Although he did get messages eventually, and the ghost boxes did go into the ghost hunting investigations really. So you can see that it has got the potential already back then, and to actually be used for what we're doing tonight. How long did it take to build it? Well, to be honest with you, it's taken me 6 months, I would imagine. That's March, April, May, June, July, August, longer. 6 or 7 months to get to the stage of actually building it and using it, testing it on and off all along the way. I built about a foot square model of it to begin with, because I was getting the notion all the time that it had to work with some sort of crystal radio. I don't know why I thought crystal was really important, and what I realise now is the crystal is the fifth element. It wasn't actually the radio, so I was trying to build a crystal radio at first, which was wrong. That got me nowhere. So I moved on to then, I thought, well, if I make this thing, my intention eventually, if I get it working, is to make sure that everybody can use it, and not just use it at home, but take it with them to UFO hotspots and places where UFO encounters have taken place. And because I do believe that all these areas are impregnated and imprinted with the actual information from ETs, and it stays there forever. So basically you can go to these places and still pick up messages and information from these areas, which are unique, you know, in their own right. So I was really interested in that, being able to get a device that was small enough for people and simple enough for most people to be able to make, or to, you know, if they can't make it, then buy one off me to be made for them, and then use it at these places on a massive scale, not just 1 or 2 people here and there, but in proper UFO groups, so that we can try and get through information that we can actually test really, and not just jump at the first thing that we think it says, but to get repeated replies, so and repeated evidence. So that's basically, it took me, I would say, 8 months to actually get to the point of actually being able to use a built device. To build one now I know how it works and what components are needed in it, and this and the other. I could probably build one within a week. Yeah, I'd say about a week to 2 weeks at the very most, from start to finish. Okay. Mel B, will you be selling these devices for people that can't build one for themselves? Right, Mel B. It's a sticky situation, this, because if you know anything about the ghost boxes that you know, once Frank Sumption had made his Frank's box, other people copied them, and they actually did what is part of what's in this box is a hacked radio. That you have to hack a radio to make it sweep through the frequencies. Okay. Now the problem is, I don't want to be associated with the type of people, I'm not going to mention any names because it's not fair, but there are people that are well known within the ghost hunting circles who build and sell these boxes. They're not the same as the FCD, as I've told you. This is unique for looking for evidence of extraterrestrials. With the FCD, we've got the fifth element, which was channeled to me from extraterrestrials. So we have that unique connection there that the ghost hunters don't have. Now the thing is, I don't. They're selling their devices. You know, look on the internet, you'll see at ridiculous prices. They know that people want these sort of things because, you know, they want evidence. They want to find out more. So they put a massive price on it. If I did get to selling them, which I haven't thought about yet, I thought about building a few of these, and then if I do, it'll probably be at cost price, and I can guarantee it'll be under £200 to build one of these devices. Probably a lot less. Probably a lot less. You know, that's your time, that's your parts, that's everything. These other people are selling them for thousands, which is just a joke, really. They're selling broken radios for over £1,000. That'll never happen with me. I've had people accuse me of being a con man, you know, because I do channeling and things like that. I think in this case I can prove to you that the main intention is to get evidence, and that's what we want to do. Okay? So will I sell them to people if they really want one? Yeah. What I will do is do it at the lowest possible price, probably the cost of the parts and a little bit of labour, maybe a little bit of postage to wherever you are, but I certainly will offer to make you one if you really wanted one. Okay? Chris has actually just put a comment under there, and this will justify what I've just said. You'll probably see in the chat box there, Mel. He's put, I'm finding it not very cheap, me, but I'm sure someone will help. So it isn't cheap. You've got to buy all the different parts, see, and that's for the cheaper radios that Chris is making, I believe. He's putting it in a nice case and everything. But for the more expensive one, which you'll hear tonight, it's got real quality to the sound, very clear coming through. You know, it obviously will be a little bit more expensive. Okay, so Armand, you'd love to build one too. If you go to my website on the which I'll give you at the end of this session tonight, and I'll be sharing links here in with the video. I've given you all the instructions to build the cheaper version, which I'll just put up on the screen again. You can even build it like I did, so you can take it out in rainy weather and things, and take it to your UFO hotspots or places like that, and it's basically built in a plastic food container. It's even got on the back of it there, you can see a solar panel, so you can charge it while you're on the road. Got a LCD screen on it there, so you can see what frequencies that you're actually tuning into, and it's got a nice reverb effect on it that helps to extend the message that comes through so you can hear it a little bit better. Okay, so those on the website are all the instructions on how to build this particular version of the FCD. Okay, yeah, Armand, you've asked again, are you going to do a video of the construction? I am going to do a video. I haven't done it yet. I've done like photographic stages on the website of how to build it, the parts involved in it and things. But like you say, a video is much better because you can actually see the person building it. That's something that I will be doing soon, yeah. Right, we have a few in Sussex. I live in Woodland where I saw Triangle. Right, yes, I understand. I understand what you're on about there. Yeah, so you've got a hot spot there anyway in that area, and possibly this would be the ideal sort of instrument. It's different from all the other instruments we've ever used, and if we use them in conjunction with photography, with you know, other aspects of trying to bring in, I'm not saying evidence of communication, but evidence of anything. I'm sure you'll pick up strange sounds on this device as well. You know, all sorts of things like that that make it unique. Then it's something that we can use. Okay, so I'm going to move on now to. I'm sorry if I do miss some of your messages, because I'm trying to run all this on my own. I'm going to come away from that now. We're going to make a start around 8:30. Like I say, the session will probably go on until about 9:30. What I'd like to do now, because I've got a couple of questions already written down from people about the actual, you know, to actually ask. Because the good thing about the FCD is, on my particular versions, remember it's always being changed, this project. We're in the early days. We're joining something that's quite revolutionary at the moment, and what I want to do is to actually build different things into this unit that we can use. I have got, but I haven't done it yet, a microphone system that will record direct in the box every single message that comes through. But at the moment what I'm doing, you probably can see, there's a line out going into the computer. I'm using Audacity to actually collect all the information so that other people and myself, we can have a look at that afterwards and analyse the information that's come through. But I've got some questions here, and I am going to be asking them in course of the actual session, so that will be interesting. Plus, if you've got any questions, well, because it'll be much easier once the thing's on, I can sit back away from the microphone and have a listen with you. I can actually go into the comments then and answer any of your questions that are in there. But as it goes along, if you've got any feelings about anything, if you feel that there is any presences around you, or you feel anything is near the box, because the camera will be on the box all the time. If you hear anything that you think stands out, please do put it in the comments box, because I'll give you an example of what happened. I tested it yesterday, and I started getting through which sounded a very Germanic, very German voice, and it was the same voice. It gave about 2 or 3 different, I'm not saying it was alien, it may have been spirit, but it gave through about 3 or 4 different sentences, and it was all to do about how they liked the box, which was really strange because this was the first session, but it was in this German sort of accent. And then right at the end it said something really odd, that it said like I was taking a risk, like dancing with the devil. Und dancing with the devil, it said, which is almost like a broken English version of German. And it said that at the end of it. Now I looked all that up and I realised that it means taking a risk, because people just, I know this, they've always done it even with my channeling, and it's something that I'm just like water off a duck's back now after all these years. There will be people out there that will just say, oh, he's a con man, he's trying to make these devices, they don't work, it's rubbish, you know, blah 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 blah. It's just trying to con people again and things like that, right? Which isn't true, and it was never true. People that know me better than that. But what I want to try and do is to look at that situation. And I was looking because my wife Helen was here with me and heard it all, and I said to her, I wrote down what I wrote and turned the paper over. I said, listen to this again on Audacity, and she listened to it all. 3 out of the 4 sentences she got right, and the 4th one she got bang on. It sounds like something to do with dancing with the devil. So this is how we can analyse it. We can actually, you know, ask people, ask each other what we're hearing, basically, because we do tend to have all slightly different versions within our hearing. We know that from just everyday life. But it's good to test all of this. I do know one thing from many years of UFO investigations. This is no different from you actually going to a UFO hotspot, let's say it's a woodland somewhere where you know people are seeing UFOs or lights or beings, a bit like the Settle Portal, for example. This is no different using this box. What you're doing, every time you use it, you're building up in the energy around it your own personal energy. You're connecting with it. And once these beings get to know that we're actually using this to communicate with them, even if we get nothing tonight, even if we get only little bits tonight, it can only get better, as I think Tony Blair once said, which we don't mention tonight. No war criminals in here. But what we need to do is, the people that do have these boxes, is work with them. It's no good, you know, getting them, giving it a go a couple of times and then shoving them in a cupboard. We have to actually, you know, build up a relationship with them. I know it sounds crazy. You try and tell someone to build up a relationship with the TV or with the radio or something like that. This is different. This is actually, you know, allowing you a gateway to communicate with something that we don't normally do. So it's very, very unique, and it's very important that we do that. I hope that makes sense to you. That I can see it's no different than when you used to go visit the woods. You go with respect, you go with the highest intentions, you go to meet a friend. And that's how I best to explain it. You're calling these beings in as friends, mutually agreeing to respect what they say or what you might hear them say, and not take it at face value, but to respect it enough to actually want to work with that. I hope that all makes sense to you. I know a lot of people now are putting, Armand's putting quite a few things down on there. Chris, could you comment on what sort of things should be said to invite the correct response. I think I've just done that just then, which is amazing, Chris. You've picked up before I actually thought about it. But yeah, the type of things to be said to invite them in. Invite them in with respect, really. Remember, the good thing is about the fifth element crystal that you've got on that unit, it's not just, I had this guy on saying to me, oh, I don't go with anything that uses crystals and things, all this new age mumbo jumbo. And I understood where he was coming from, but he doesn't understand what it is on there for. It's not just make it look pretty, it's to make it actually work in a different way. But the thing is about the crystal, the resonance within it as pure white quartz cut crystal, in its roughest form as a rough point, will give an air of protection if you intend that for the crystal to do. So you've got the highest energy around it anyway. You won't necessarily need it, but in case there is anything that you feel is untoward or you don't trust that's coming through, you can call upon that light energy to banish those negative energies, those negative forces. And I'm pretty sure this unit is safe by the very fact that the symbolism of the swastika and the fifth element is on it. Nothing below base earth level or lower energies or anything that comes in with negative intention will get through. Okay, that's my interpretation. And Aman says again, the devil to me is the government and its psychics. Well, hallelujah, join you there. They don't do a lot for people, you know, like ourselves that are trying to actually push the human form forward and break away from these chains that have kept humanity, you know, down for so long. Let's hope that this type of thing now will bring in a new era. I'm not saying it will, there's lots of other factors that are involved, but it's just my particular belief that we are higher energy entities anyway, we've just forgotten it. Okay, Armand? Right, well the time's on past now, so I am going to start the session now. I'm just going to type that in, start the session. This is just for a record. 8:31 PM. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, just bear with me for 2 seconds, it'll take a couple of minutes. If the screen goes blank, you don't worry about it. I'm just going to turn the camera around now to be facing the FCD unit and explain a little bit in the background of what I'm actually doing so you can see that. Okay. So what I'm doing now is I'm just panning around to get the camera on the FCD. You'll see it appear on your screen. It's funny because I'm looking at the screen myself and it's got sort of like 3 or 4 second delay, so I'm waiting for everything to happen before I move on to the next thing. I just want to get it bang on in the middle there. We want to get a good view of this. I think I've done it. That's got it there, I think. Yeah, that seems great. I'm going to put this light on it. That's hot. The light's on it there, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put the lights down once I get this. That's plugged into there. I just want to get my Audacity program now running. Okay, we'll just pop that there. I'm going to get this running in the background. Let's record it. Fine. And go back to where we were. That's it. And now, you should be able to see I'm actually now I've had put curtain up because I was going to have all outside in case anything appeared on the radio, but got so many people walking past by the window, it's just possible. So to turn the unit on, you'll see it's got a lovely it's got a lovely, when you turn it on, blue sort of like LED, so using the outside you can see the controls. Okay. I'll probably move it away from where you've been now. But yeah. I'm just going to go over it basically what's there. You've got the screen there that will show the frequency up. It'll scan through all the normal FM tonight. If we don't get a lot through on the radio waves, I do find that in this bedroom compared to other parts of the house, I've had it here near the computer. It isn't fantastic, the reception of the radio waves. So I'm hoping our friends out there will be able to bring in something anyway. But let's go with it. If we don't, I've got an app that I can plug in. and we can use that as well. But anyway, we're going to try this now. I've got it plugged in, I'm just checking everything. And what you can see on the unit is, you'll see there, the camera picks it up, I might have to move again to let you see that. Let's just see if it comes through for a move on. Should have lifted up. Okay, just bear with me a second. Okay, come on. You can see it there. I don't know if you can read it in there, but saying it's echoing. Right, just bear with me, Mel. I'll try and alter the settings. Okay. There will be like an echoey reverb on this, Mel. It may be part of the actual system. That is on purpose, okay? That is on purpose. Right. What we do is you press on the on, which we've got there, and we've got. What happens is sometimes it goes out to save the display. We've got iPods, so you can put your iPod in or your iPhone, you can put your Android phone in there. If you want to pick up anything from the internet or radios. And we're going to be using this FM suite. So it's always comes on 87.5, and then it will start streaming through in a second. Every time a voice comes through, we will get a flash on the fifth element there. And that just indicates again to help you see that a voice comes through, basically. Just giving you a visual indicator. So I'm going to start this going now. The reverb on it, I set it normally to about quarters of the way. You can have none on, you can have if you like. We can play around with that. What we're going to do before we start any quest now, and I've got a couple here. We're going to ask on the highest. I'm going to lower these lights. We're going to ask on the highest. Energy, the cosmos and the universe to protect everyone who's connected to session tonight. That includes myself, everybody out there in the internet land, all my friends, colleagues, everyone that's new to this, putting the highest lights around them, all angels, all high celestial beings, all space brothers and sisters, to come in their energy and around this box. We want you to use please, to help us communicate. We do believe and understand, saying we are speaking on behalf of people who agree with me. Those who are more sceptical, I do respect those. I'm sorry if I include you in it, you know. But I would like to say that I'm giving over this point here, control of the box. My utmost respect to you, and I hope you will bring messages that will help people tonight. And there may be spirits come through as well each night. We're talking about similar energy that makes us well. Primarily though, we want lady type and humanoid type ECs to join us. I know you've been in this before I'm actually with you visualise. So I know there are beings around. Please use the box to come through. Starting the operation now, and we will see what we get. Is there anybody that would like to communicate with us? Is there anybody there that would like to communicate with us? Some of these you will be all the voice. A lot more effort. You could feel the energy. Is there anybody there like higher Can you hear me? Straight. Did I hear say? Is that seeing the official? Do you have any name for it? Can you come through clearer?
The name of
Can you come through clearer?
You've scored 6. Toxic waste. I think that means the actual place. Oh, sulfur.
Yeah. Who are we communicating with? Who are we communicating with?
The Forestry Commission.
What I'd like to do, if you can hear me okay. Yeah. Had you actually done something that go on? Tell us when you're going to be
What's the line?
Before you did what? What did you do? Coordinate. That sounded like coordinate. You want to
Which means one.
You're coming through a lot more. Coordinate. Something 9. Can we just more clearly? Coordinate, please. 7, 5. Is it correct? Affirmative. Okay. I've got some questions I'd like to ask you. Is that okay? I've got a question from Gary Jones. When interacting with our staff friends, yourself, what method do you use more likely to help communicate? Another method? Any other method? Okay, we'll come back to that then. Still with us? Your communication to be one corridor, would it be possible to sit over Can you affirm that?
First Session.
We are still okay, I've got another question from my friend Linger. He asked me to ask you full respect, why? Okay. Why is it so difficult for general population? There's a fault. Can you give me an answer please? Why don't
Okay.
Why is it more open?
Battle happened.
To do with the planet? What planet is this? You're coming from a planet? Which planet? Something like there, just to find the name. I don't think Yeah? Where's the planet? Roundabout. Female bar. Trying to see the frequency with a lot of
Solution.
Can you please Thank you. Yes, that is better. Thank you. Okay.
Information, please.
Turn it down to you're saying loud enough to be honest, but I'll turn it down a bit. If you can't hear it, there is a problem I've got tonight. And that's the line out using the Audacity. So I could use it to
Possibilities
straight through video. So I'm basically
This is BBC producer
audio box through the web camera.
My questions were
difficult. For future sessions, it would be much better if I can get it straight out of the box and straight to you know through line out.
Want to be recorded.
Bear with it. In Audacity, it'll be a lot clearer. I hope you hear the voice today. Okay.
Collected the limbs.
Okay, Mel, turn the echo off.
Sam,
Okay. I've turned the echo off now.
I'm trying to think of what.
And we'll see if that sounds any better for you. Let me know. It's early days. We'll try to get this right. What sounds right for me here, obviously doesn't sound right through the
Favorite Instagram.
It's difficult, especially on my own. Hoping that I'd have someone with me to actually operate the other side.
Humdrum answer.
I'm doing like a two-man job, which always that.
So
You need to mute saying one of them. We can't understand you. Right.
on Instagram. Yeah.
Well, I've turned the echo right down. I'm trying to turn it completely off now.
The 3,000 people.
Can you hear that? It's so low now. Voice is repeating 3 times.
Everybody. Oh, no, we.
I can only hear it one coming out from.
From Albuquerque.
Thank you very much.
He's the one I've got to speak.
The first ever second live, so we really appreciate what you've done there for us. Manipulate words. So we're going to break off for a time, go get a cup and back in 5 and 10 minutes. Thank you. Okay, guys, on the light on. Difficult. As you can see, difficult because just get this right. Like I say, I'm on my own, and again, this. I used to run a show called Open Portals. I could never get the audio right. You set it up, before the actual time. And by the time you do the show you're going to haywire. So you still echoing, and that might be before I actually adjusted that. What I'm going to try and do in the second half, if you want to come back in 5 minutes or so, around 9 o'clock, I'm going to leave this running in the background, but I'm going to go off and just get a drink. I'm going to come back at 9 o'clock, because believe it or not, this wear you out a bit. It's sort of like an energy thing. What I want to do is to actually use the app to show you that it can work on these apps as well. So we'll see what we get through with that. There's plenty of thought there on Audacity. Interested about this planet. There's been news of that, recently. So let's just turn this off on Audacity. I'm going to save that file while I go to get a drink. And thank you. If you want to join us for the second half, if you've got any questions you'd like to ask a couple there. I don't know whether we've got any firm answers or not, but please do come back around 5 minutes time, and we'll see what we get from there. Okay, thank you.
Zeker.
Non devo dire. Se sono zero. Is it one? Yeah, there's the way out of seven.
Dat is ook joh.
Out of seven. Nasty. Nice, girls, yeah.
Maar dat is toch? Dat zie je.
You should yeah, on yeah, out of seven. Ich ne weiß nicht.
Is je weer lief, was dit?
That's no alles.
Oh, ja, hoeveel? Dat is een naam, stuk.
En ik ja. Zou is oei.
Dit is echt jassen. Gaat niet zitten. Maar je
What? Stop. Ja, dat is een. Zo. Ja, maar hij is niet meer. Ach, nee.
dit was juist.
Dat is een. Und ich muss zu dir, ja, das ist there's an A should be here. Das steigt mich nicht.
Can you hear me?
Nein, es ist noch hier, ja, das ist
You were running and I'm talking. No, thanks.
die Pip and after that. So ist. Nein, nicht.
No.
What has no? Now. Ja, das ist eine.
Can you hear
Probeer je vraagt de nooit.
volume very low on it?
Dat is ook joh.
Ja, dat is het is er ja, maar ja. There's an A should be. Is nou hier daar de zijn? Wat staat hier?
Okay, guys. Anyway, I've tried to alter the echo and Bell piece.
Maar ja, nog waarom? Zo is
It does sound like a foreign language. That must be a setting somewhere within the viewer. Certainly isn't here. Okay. It may be picking up the FCD. The only are wrong. None of the speakers are wrong.
ja, daar is het.
That's possible, really.
Ja, dat is de laatste.
From the unit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start a section and has anybody like
Ja, daar is het.
questions? I mean, does it help if I wait from the actual story?
Ja, daar is het.
Okay.
Free talk. Jetzt mir bezeichnet.
Now is what to do for the next half hour at least. Is another session to actually try and call in like I've got one or two questions about
Die hier. Ja, monster.
Yeah, like I say, get some, you know, Okay. God, I hate these things. It's so easy when you do it yourself with the unit.
En hier moet zeer goed worden.
When you're trying to relay different system. Okay. So I'm just going to turn this off. To come back on. So there you go. I want to get it back onto the in a second. So just turn that off there. Okay. We're going to be asking these again if you can actually come through. My mate Johnny there is asking, can you ask Ashan there? The mate. Okay, yes, I will definitely, Johnny, that's interesting, thanks for that. We'll wait and see what sort of beans or voices we get through. And then I will ask for you, mate, if Ashan is there. So let's start this session off and we'll listen to what comes through. Okay. I hope you can hear it. Okay. That's the only thing. Right. What I do is I repeat anyway, because it's important there that you might have missed. So hopefully we'll go with that. Okay. I'm putting the session on now. He says unsuccessfully. We've got it on over there. I can't say. So. Yeah, there we go. Okay. I'm dead. Sorry about that.
See her man had here.
So let's try listen. See. There don't speak.
It's not a boy.
Is there anybody there?
Because ja, het ordentlich. Es jetzt mir. Yeah, that's it.
The energy higher. The higher the energy, the light brighter. Send us your energy through the light.
That's more fibers.
Good. Who are we talking to? Are you spirits or are you Spirit.
That's you.
I can hear a lady voice there. Sound like an old lady. Have you got a message for us?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Sounds foreign.
Serious?
Are you English? Sounds very American. Somebody whispering there.
They're all burrito.
Jetzt mir bezeichnet.
I'd like to ask with high again. You call in the energy and the personage Ashan. This is for my friend Johnny. Ashan, help me through, please. Can you give me an indication there?
Monster stick.
Ashan.
That's you. Yeah, that's it. And you're
Ashan, can you come through, please?
Seriously, the way around the center. Yes, basically.
Through a lot. Would you actually use your energy, your life, through ETs? Can you do that?
This is the way around the center.
Here you see the conversation. Was that Ashan there? Said yes. Are you the whispering voice, Ashan? Ashan? Can you come through, Ashan? Keep the voices going. Can you come through, Ashan? It's gone quiet. Yeah. There's somebody there, I think. There's definitely having a conversation with somebody else. Probably not allowing others. I heard a whispering voice when I asked for John. I hope I'm pronouncing that right, mate. And it was almost like saying, yeah, but come get through. The energy wouldn't go through. Is that Ashan? Ashan? We're pleased to meet you, Ashan. This is my first presentation with you. On behalf of my friend Johnny. Do you know Johnny? Yes. He knows you. I think I've been chat with him, Johnny. Definitely your voice. You recognise him, mate. Have you got a message for us? What do you indicate to us? Can you tell me that's era. You're trying to say what? We send you Is there anybody else here? Are you still there? Come through action. The energy's going. The energy's going. Can you hear us? Okay guys, I think that's a great place to actually call this a day. I found that quite difficult, the energy there with John. I got impressions you while through anybody else impressions? Like some sort of Arcturian type being that was there with us? I don't know if the type that Johnny knows of, he seems quite happy with that. Do you recognise the energy in that voice? Very low and broken up as if it was trying to come through on control in a way. I found that really interesting. That's the first long piece of information. I can't wait to analyse it. I'll definitely get a copy of it to you. Yeah, great. Anybody else got any impressions on that? I found that amazing. I'm going to shut down the unit now. I hope you found that particularly interesting. That came through quite well, didn't it? So I've turned that off there. Take that to there. I really am sorry. Just hang this round. I really am sorry about the quality of the audio and the actual setup. I have this every time I do anything. Some of you on there crystal now and didn't show. So I've got to try and get out. So it's so important. The good news is, which you can see there, these units work. That's what's brilliant about them. You do get information coming through. I'm pretty excited. We'd get as much as that through. Because earlier in the day when I tried it, I was gauged just a load of static. The radio signals were rubbish. But that came through particularly well. I was really pleased. So John's asking me shouts there. I feel like there's energy around John. They're always doing these sort of things. I've got a warm around the back of my neck and things, which is a good indication that he's around. Yeah. Going to do some more sessions. Going to do them pretty soon as well. Analyse this one properly. Like I say, it's not just like a parlour game. This we've got to do it properly. And I'm pretty sure that was a good start. To me, that was an excellent start. I'm very happy in that we got voices through that meant something. It wasn't just all garbled. Apart from the old lady's voice, I just conversation going on in the background there. But everything else seemed to be quite direct. There's interesting snippets of information there that I'm sure we'll use. You may have a different opinion. You may have found that it was rubbish. I found that quite amazing. I'm sorry, Chris. I'm sorry about the voice. I can't hear it. Even if I put my headphones on, it just sounds normal. So I don't know where that's happening. What I'm going to have to do is test with different computers and see if that echoing out. I don't know where it is. You really want to make one. Go to the website. Okay, the website is this. For you guys, I'll type it in on here for you. If you want to make one, he says when he finds it. Where are my websites? There we go. Okay. Here's the website link. And it tells you all about the device on there. There you go, there's the link. It tells you all about the device on there, and the page that you were looking at to actually make one is make your own FCD. It's in the menu at the top. On the right hand side, swap the stone. You click on there, it's got all the stages. I'll try and do a video soon to make that easier. I know some probably want to make the box version, and Chris is having a go at that. I'm trying to help him along the way with that. He's doing a fantastic job himself. He's actually got the idea of telling he's working on that. We've just got to work together, improve it, try and get these messages to come through, and see how things go from there. But as I say, it's coming up sort of like we've done a good hour session. Turn Audacity off. I know that you told me, was it Johnny told me or Chris Cameron, that I don't need Audacity. I see your point now. I can get it from the MP4 on the YouTube video. Yeah, Never thought about that. You see, my brain just isn't working properly. Could do that, yeah. I think that'd be better, and then put it into a program later on. It may be the echoey thing that I'm running it all through Audacity as well on the same system. So if I can keep it as simple as possible, it might be better and might work better. Okay, so I just want to thank you guys for coming along tonight. You know I like doing these demonstrations and shows and things, and I do appreciate all your input. For a first off, I'm quite excited. I can't wait. Tomorrow I'm going to spend some time analysing it all and having a look at what we've found there. But people that are supporting us, thank you very much, guys. And I appreciate everything that you ever say and do in support of what we're trying to do. I cannot prove 100% that we're in contact with ETs through this box. I know 100% that I can channel, and I know 100% that the information that was sent to me channeled was about building this device. So we're just going to keep working at it. I don't care what people do. The trolls can come on board and start saying he's an idiot, blah blah. I don't care. This is where I am going from now on. I'll still do my writing and things and that, but this is the avenue I'm taking. This, I feel in my heart, is the way that we will make contact before disclosure and open contact. So we've got to keep doing it. Okay guys, good night and have a good time and that, and thank you for tuning in and that. All the best to you all. Cheers.